Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Elevated Business. Today we have Kent Beam in the studio with us. He's a coach with Action Coach. In this episode, we're talking about overcoming your subconscious beliefs to become successful. Let's get into it. I'm Mitch Hartington, your guide to Elevated Business. In this video series, we dive deep into the authentic journeys of business owners who've paved their way to greatness. Get ready to uncover their secrets that shape the remarkable world of business. Kent, thanks for being here. I'm actually super excited. You and I connected because you work with a lot of successful people, and you have over a number of years. So I think for the first part of this, our four-part series, I'd really love to get into what you define as success.
Fun.
Oh.
Absolutely. So that's it. Definition of success.
Definitions.
I think there's I'll go with the concept of entrepreneur. So if you're a business owner, when we first start in business, most entrepreneurs go, gotta make money. So it's almost like the 4 levels or the hierarchy of needs, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where you kind of go, you gotta feed yourself, you gotta make your mortgage payments, you gotta pay your rent, you gotta feed yourself. And as entrepreneurs become more successful and more profitable, there's that extra feeling of, okay, how do I help other people? So this maturation, if you will, for business owners who are much more successful, there's a sense of wanting to give back. More one of success is now defined not just by how much money I can make, how much success can I help my employees make, how much better can I make my community. So it goes from internal of, I need to keep myself whole, I need to feed my family and keep myself fed, to one of, I've checked all those boxes, now how can I use this knowledge and information for something external? And then that's where the next level of definition of success comes from.
So what's the second level then?
The second level is really up to external thinking. From an entrepreneur's perspective, is how far out do they look past themselves? Is it, for some of my clients, it's success for their kids. What do they want to transfer the knowledge? Are they transferring that business to their kids? For some people, it's about having trust funds or having nonprofits or giving back to the community. Some people sit on other boards. So that next level of success really becomes one of, I have a big enough pile of money. Now how can do I start a nonprofit? Do I give back to charities? How do I teach my team to do and run my business without me, so I can take my time and volunteer and share my knowledge with other people?
I love that. You're the first person that I've talked to so far who actually mentioned the idea of fun. That entrepreneurship should actually be fun. So when you're working with your clients, how do you fulfill that cycle to make sure that what they're doing is actually enjoyable for them?
I don't fulfill it, they do. And I twist it not to disrespect the question, but one of, we spend 50, 60 hours a week as business owners doing what we do. We spend more time in our businesses, even if it's not at the desk, we're thinking about it, we're breathing it, it's evenings and weekends. And so if you're spending that much time doing something, it better be fun, you better enjoy it. And over the years, it's been 20 some odd years now working with entrepreneurs. You meet enough people who are having fun, it's like, why? And when a client is struggling or it's not fun, that's the ultimate prize. To help them understand what parts of their business aren't fun. Most entrepreneurs, the really good ones, the fun is the struggle at times, where they've built a certain level of success and it's the challenge that's the next thing for them. So fun shows up in many different ways, but when it's unfun, it's kind of like you're paying me to help grow your business, but if you spend more time complaining about the stuff in your business that's getting in your way and that isn't fun, and that happens week after week after week, we're probably doing it wrong. And so that's where they don't show up and say, hey, I'm not having fun. Their unfunness or their lack of enjoyment shows up in many other ways along the journey, and you kind of go, it's time for change. And then help them reflect and find that opportunity to go, yeah, we got to change something.
I love that concept. And somebody once, many years ago, told me that if you're not loving what you're doing and you're not having fun, then why are you doing it? And that really ties into the second piece of what success is about, the journey, not the destination. Because I have found in my experience, if you're so focused on, happiness and joy and all of the things that you want per se come at the destination, when you get there, you don't really have it.
You'll never get it. 100%. So to build on that, my best clients, my most successful entrepreneurs, and that's not amount of money or the size of the companies, the ones that keep growing, the challenge for them is not the challenge, they enjoy the ride, they enjoy the build. So for them, the journey is it. They're doing it because it's the next hurdle, it's the next learning, the next challenge. I had one client at one point in time, got his business. We started working together at about 10 million. 4 or 5 years, we got it to about 45 million, and he parked it. And he told me a long, long time ago, he wanted to get to 100 million one day, but he parked it. It wasn't fun anymore, but there was also an internal conflict where it was kind of like, what am I doing this for? Right? There was that struggle of identity shift. He was looking out to his peer group kind of going, I not like them. And so he had to go through that shift. Now he's doing well over 120 million in sales, well under the age of 45, and in 2 provinces, 2 countries, and having the time of his life. But that success was nothing about cars. It was his own personal development, his own personal success. And because we're not enjoying the ride, we will never be successful. And if we define success as an endpoint, we will get there and be very unhappy. We have to enjoy it. And most entrepreneurs get to an endpoint and go, okay, I got that, now what's next? So we always add one more thing to the layer.
Would you say in your experience that the most successful entrepreneurs always have a dream on a dream on a dream? Like they always have somewhere where they're going?
Yes. I don't know if you've heard the term dream charts or vision boards. Most successful entrepreneurs rebuild their dream chart and vision board annually. And to quote my friend Brad Sugars, works from a concept of a dream is something we want and can see, but we don't know how to do. And my job as a coach or as an entrepreneur is to break that dream to a goal that we can define, and then break it into bite-sized pieces by creating an action plan and a learning plan. And then they can break it down into 90 increments. But the nice part about closer getting to our goals, the dream gets to expand because we accomplished the goal and then we accomplished part of that dream. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I did that. What else can we do? What else can I do? What can I help my team do? So we can definitely then stretch what they think is possible. And that is the ultimate prize as an entrepreneur, as a business coach, is to help a client stretch what they think is possible and then help them achieve it.
Oh, I love that. Again, I love your take on this because you've not only gone on your own entrepreneurial dream, but you get to help people. This is what you do now. You get to help entrepreneurs. You get to see all kinds of things. So for the listener listening to this right now, you're not just getting one entrepreneur's opinion, you're getting somebody who has a wealth of knowledge of seeing this and doing this and helping people overcome every day. So the final question I think I'd like to ask you in this part 1 of our time together is, what is the most common thing that you see entrepreneurs kind of butting up against in terms of stopping them from their growth? Or maybe it's stopping them from actually getting that first bit of success, or stopping them from getting to that dream point?
Self-confidence is the most common thing, because self-confidence shows up on day 1, but it also shows up at every transition in our layer of growth. As we go through internal growth, we have to shift our identity. And as we shift our identity, internally grow, our identity grows. We have to leave parts of our old world behind that don't serve us anymore. We have to have new knowledge. We have to be around people with a new peer group, a different way of thinking. How we think changes, which in turn also, when other people encounter us, go, you've changed. Yeah, I'm always changing, I'm always growing. And if the people around us aren't changing with us, then we leave behind. So ultimately it's the self-confidence and self-belief that gets in the way the most common, because we need that throughout the entire journey. And it doesn't matter if you're building 300,000 in sales, 3 million or 300 million, you have to personally go through that journey as an entrepreneur. And in each layer of growth, change your business, which comes with confidence or lack thereof, and self-identity.
Amazing. So if you could right now, you turn your face, you look into like an entrepreneur who's listening to this right now, they're thinking, hey, maybe I want to do this journey. What would be 2 or 3 things that you would leave with them that they could start implementing today to help them get to that next level?
Dream as big as possible. Then share that dream with as many people as possible. And if they don't laugh at you, it's not big enough. So revisit the dream. So make the dream so big that they look at you and go, you're nuts. So have a dream so big that it challenges you, but also challenges what people think of you. So that's number one, big ass dream. Two, understand that the hardest work you're going to do as an entrepreneur is internally. It's what you know, what you learn, and then that self-identity. So finding people in your world that can support your internal growth and your confidence to adjust your mindset, because the greatest thing that holds us back as entrepreneurs is what we think about ourselves. And your subconscious is the one thing that controls all of our thoughts and all of our actions, but we have zero control of. So the more we can understand our subconscious and the role it plays, that's the software. That is what writes our success. So the number two thing then is for an entrepreneur is to understand their subconscious. And then third, find support. Wherever you get that support, to find somebody who's been there, done that, who's got an action plan, whether it's a coach, a mentor, a brother, sister, aunt, uncle, somebody who's going to walk with you. The world is moving so fast right now. We can't afford to do it on our own. 15 years ago, you could take 5-7 years to build a business. Now the runway and it's changing so fast. If you can't get that success and start paying those bills in 6 months to 18 months, it's not going to happen for you. It's just too hard of a road. So the third one in summary is finding the right people to help you do it with, whether it be a business coach, a mentor, facilitator, etc.
I love that. So for you at home listening and following along with this, I really encourage you to go back to the start of this episode, start again, listen to it 2 or 3 times, because you laid in some really impactful nuggets of gold. And I know with my own personal journey, there's these things that you just touched on, like identity, dreaming, accountability, the people that surround you, like so important for your journey. So go back, listen to it again, and then come back and join us for episode 2. So Kent, just at our first part of our time together, if people want to get in contact with you after this, how do they do that?
Absolutely. Website, businesscoachingcalgary.com. You can email me, kent@9businessgroup.ca. The website, 9businessgroup.ca, will forward to Business Coaching Calgary. Call, text, 403-690-8363. Still a pretty simple guide. Call me.
Love it. And that's how we met, was going for coffee for the first time.
100%.
Okay, everybody, until next time, thanks for being here. That's a wrap for today's journey into elevated business. I'm Mitch Hartington, urging you to turn inspirations into actions. Join me next time as we continue exploring the real stories of entrepreneurs. Remember, the best is yet to come.